welcome back to the road to Avengers Endgame. We're a couple of days from the film coming out, and we're going to finish this thing, but as far as making the videos and getting them up on time, that's a whole other situation. So this one, we're talking about the 2017 film, Spider-Man Homecoming. Really cool steelbook. I love the artwork on this one. I remember when the title was announced, and I thought it sounded really Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah. Really? Didn't like the title. And then, of course, we had Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. I was looking forward to seeing him have his own solo movie. Went to see it. Loved it. I think it's a really, really good film. And
thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. I'll like rattle through these quickly. There's more we could go into, I'm sure. The next few videos are probably going to be a lot shorter than the previous ones, which is fine. These are only meant to be very casual vlog-style videos anyway. John Watts directing this one, and we have Michael Keaton as the villain, Toomes, the Vulture. One of my favourite Marvel villains for sure, because you really understand why he's doing what he's doing, for the most part. He does get a little bit, I'm going to kill you and everyone, that's a bit over the top as far as, because you could almost set this guy up as I wouldn't say an anti-hero, but you can almost set him up as someone who you empathize. Well, you do empathize with him because he had this job at the beginning of the movie, and the government laid him off, and he had a family to take care of. So
and again, you have kind of Stark to blame, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
It
always comes back to Stark. But I love the way this film opens right after the Avengers. New York has been torn apart, and you see Toomes with his crew, construction, deconstruction, whatever, the cleanup crew, in Grand Central Station, and some of his crew have kind of nicked some of the alien artifacts from the Chitauri, and so he uses that when he gets taken off the job by the government / S.H.I.E.L.D. to create his own weapons and sell them on the black market. So, flash forward many years later, he's now very successful, which ties into probably the best scene of the film, one of the best moments of the film, when the door opens and you see that, spoilers, he is the father of our love interest of the film. I said before in the Civil War video, I love that the MCU version of Spider-Man doesn't get set up. No origin story. You know the origin story. So I just love that it isn't that. But he's a very new Spider-Man. He's very much getting to grips with who he is as Spider-Man. He doesn't have a suit without Tony Stark, really. He just has like a small kind of spandex thing he's put together. So the really cool suit with all the gadgets comes from Stark. So what do you think of this? When you said before we watched it, you thought that it was one of your favourites. Did it still hold up for you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like at least top 4.
Okay, it's pretty high.
Maybe just top 5. I'm not sure, but it is one of my favourites, because when I watched this the first time, I was so skeptical. Another Spider-Man movie. Another one of these,
Yeah, because they rebooted the character a couple of times.
Exactly, but it was just entertaining from beginning till end. It was great. Tom Holland is great. He sounds like this little teenage boy, but yes. What is he, 23, 24?
He's 22, I think, now.
Oh, okay.
So he would have been maybe 19, 20 when he made this, perhaps.
Right, okay. Well, anyway, it's different. I think it's great how much Iron Man is in it and what kind of part he plays in it. You can tell that he cares about him. He doesn't want him to get hurt. I love Happy in it. He's so funny. The small parts that he's got in it, and Michael Keaton is awesome. Just great, like always. Like, you don't expect anything less from him anyway. I love the suit.
Yeah.
It's cool. That's the thing, like I said in the Civil War thing, when I saw the trailer and I saw that Spider-Man was going to be in it, and those animated eyes and everything, and I was like, oh god, this Deadpool stuff, but it just works out so great. It gives more personality to the face that's got a mask over it anyway. And it's just the right amount of funny.
Yes, I agree. It doesn't try too hard at all.
No, and it stays serious when it's supposed to stay serious. Yep. And, it's just good, Great, actually.
It's quite believable at times. You've got the teen movie aspect of it, with Peter being in high school and stuff. And I don't know whether we should really go into it, but a lot of people have said he's the best Spider-Man now. And to me, Tobey Maguire is always going to be Spider-Man for me, and I think I prefer the stories in those movies better. But I think he might be the best Spider-Man. I don't know. He seems like a teenager, not a guy in his mid-20s trying to be a teenager, and he just has that energy about him that seems to really suit the character. So, but either way, he's great. Whether he's the best or not doesn't really matter. And Keaton's Vulture character is really cool. We now have Michael Keaton playing 3 different superhero characters in movies which are based on birds, and he has wings with his suit, with Birdman, Batman, and Vulture. Again, you could probably do a much more close look at this film, talking about a lot more of the moving parts, but, you know, again, we're trying to, I guess, keep these short so we can rattle through them. But I really, really enjoy it. I find it funny how Aunt May is like, you know, I mean, she looks really good for her age regardless, but I mean, you know, she just keeps getting younger throughout these movies. I think whenever they reboot Spider-Man, Aunt May should be like 2 years old or something. Like, it'll just be one of those weird family situations where she's just like...
She's now hot Aunt May.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think that maybe that robs it a little bit as far as the dramatic weight of those Sam Raimi movies with Tobey Maguire, where he had Uncle Ben and he lost Uncle Ben, which is like the driving force of Spider-Man, is that pivotal part of his origin. But, you know, again, I really like how they kind of dispense of that, and they just, hey, he's Spider-Man, you know who he is, we're just going to get going with this and have some fun. And it is a really fun film.
Yeah.
Some cool action, nice set pieces on the Staten Island ferry, the Washington DC stuff, and all the weird, cool stuff he can do with his suit. So yeah, a lot more things we could talk about, but I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man Homecoming, definitely a big thumbs up. I think if there's anything else to really touch on. I like that at the end we get that mid-credit scene of Vulture in prison, and he doesn't give away that he knows who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
And I like that he said at one point, you know, he kind of respects Peter for the balls that he's got, even though he's like the most annoying thing in the world to him right now, because he's kind of stopping him from doing what he thinks is the right thing for his family. But, and one thing that I think I said...
Yeah, but maybe he got a different view from it, because he was arrested for what he did, and so the family obviously got to know what he did, and maybe that gave him a different perspective on what he did as well.
True, that's a good point.
He didn't want to let his family down anymore.
One thing in the cinema, he gets one of these alien devices and accidentally disintegrates one of his crew.
I think that's funny.
You think it's funny? I just think it's like a...
I thought this was a gravity gun. And it's just like, no. It's like, oh well.
Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. That's like 1/10 of like a Guardians of the Galaxy level kind of just ill-timed humor. But again,
it's not ill-timed.
I think it is.
Humor. It's funny.
It is black humor. You're right. You are correct. But yeah, I don't know. Just
besides, he had it coming.
maybe he did have a camera. No, but it's very
Yeah,
minor.
was gonna bust him,
Very
wasn't
minor nitpick for me. But anyway, so Spider-Man: Homecoming, good stuff. See you in the next one.